Welcome to the Can't Make This Shit Up. Welcome to the Can't Make This Up channel. I'm your host, Theo V. Make sure you like and subscribe at 250K. You know, we're doing a face reveal. Make sure to hit that like button as well. We're over here grinding out these videos, grinding out all these degenerate women, doing good for society, bringing out good morals for other people to follow, and giving people ideas on why they should care about others' opinions, you know, why they should actually contribute to society. I think that is what's ultimately going to make these women want to do more for men and want to value men. But let's get right into it, man. Let's get right into the degeneracy.
How are y'all doing? How are you guys doing? I need to check in. We need to check in and tap in. And I'm talking about the single mothers that don't have the privilege of a co-parenting situation. Whatever that looks like. I don't care if the father of your child isn't doing how you think he should parent. I don't care about none of that. I'm talking about the ones that don't have, I'm talking about MIA fathers. Specifically of boys. Because it's different. Here's why. Here's my perspective, my opinion, and I'm gonna need some advice or something because there's just no way. I just don't know. Today's my
Daddy's here.
son's 5th birthday. I'm just like, how have I been doing it the last 5 years? How am I gonna continue to do this? Because there are a lot of things that I cannot teach my son that a man can't. I will never be that mother that's like, I'm the father and the mother. I'm not doing that. That's not me. I don't agree with that.
The humility that this woman is displaying right now is phenomenal. I love it.
I know my reality. I'm a single parent. He ain't got no father in his life. That's our reality. It's okay. Accept it. But here's the freaking problem. No, not problem. Here's the challenge.
She doesn't want to frame it as a problem in her life. I mean, that might be labeled as a green flag, you know, some optimism in women. But when it comes to this, there's not optimism in you're the father of your kid leaving. But yeah.
Is as a mother, well, it's already hard being a mother in general, so we just gotta acknowledge that. But as a mother, you know, mothers are nurturing, loving, caring, the feminine energy.
You would hope.
But because I'm a single mother of a boy, I have to also tap into my masculinity so I can have a backbone. So I'm not raising a boy to a man that doesn't respect women. So I have to parent a certain way. I have to tap into my masculinity, the best ability that I can. One, so that way my son don't think it's okay for him to walk over me. I don't play that whole he's the man of the house because you're not. You're a kid. You are not the man of the house. I am.
It's not about the kid being the man of the house. I think we see a little pattern here where anytime the kid is put in a position where he can display his discomfort or maybe like display his authority in a situation where, you know, a woman wouldn't go through anything like that. I think throughout her life she probably won't even consciously know she's doing this, but she's going to be shutting down that kid a lot. She's going to be shutting down that kid when it comes to talking about women, when it comes to maybe dating. Going to be telling that kid, like, yo, take her out here, take her out there, do all this shit so she can like you, blah, 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 rah, rah. You know, treat her like a queen, rah. And yeah, I mean, that's what we see with single mothers all the time. I mean, like, we get little beta bucks coming out of them, and what happens is, like, that is kind of the worst meant for society because angry people, like, they display their anger. They display why they're discomfortable with something, like, or why they're uncomfortable with something. Pardon me. So when they do that, they give opportunity for others to help them out in why they're uncomfortable. So when you have a beta bucks come through and, you know, tell other women, like, hey, you know, like, everything you do is fine, everything that is uncomfortable to that beta is going to be something that he tries to shut down in his mind. And the more he continues to learn about his woman, the girl, whatever, in the frame of, oh yeah, do whatever you want, you know, do all this degenerate shit, you have free will. Whenever he realizes, like, oh shit, you know, like, women aren't actually this angel that we should put on a pedestal. Like, they're gonna go nuts. They're gonna go wild, and we see that in society already. But, you know, let's just keep going with the video.
I'm the matriarch of this household, okay? That's it. That's just the reality. But it's so damn challenging having to balance my masculine and feminine energy. Like, the most challenging thing, especially as I'm healing and I'm just growing and developing, and like, the shit is freaking hard. And parenting just makes it so much freaking harder. I don't want to say the bad words. I'm saying freaking, and it sounds weird coming out when I say it. So let me paint the picture. My kid at drop off the last couple days at school has been having a very hard time. Like, I'm talking, he won't throw himself on the body, but he'll like pull. I don't want to go in. I don't want to go in. I don't want to go in. I'm like, what's going on? Okay, the first couple days after winter break, I understand. We're getting back to routine. It's hard for me too. I get it. But we are a week in. We're back into our routine. It's like muscle memory. We have these conversations. You know what's up. You know the schedule. You know the routine. So what is it that you're doing? Because the longer you spend time, we got to go back and forth. I'm running late for work, and now I'm dysregulated. Now I'm frustrated because, again, I'm dysregulated because we've done gone back and forth for 4 times now. And I got to get to work because that's the income we need so I can fully support your ass. But you don't understand that. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that because what that got to do with you, that's a me thing. But deep down inside, that's what's going on. That's what's going on with my nervous system.
You see how she's building resentment? See how she's kind of like thinking like, oh, this child's retarded, so like I'm not going to tell him anything that goes on in my life because that's my problem. When in reality, it is your responsibility to kind of teach your kid a lot of these things in real life that go on. I mean, like, you learn as a young child, like when you go to, like, I don't know, kindergarten or like first grade and you want your mom to stay there or some shit like that. Like, I mean, I'm sure a lot of dudes raised on single mothers can relate to some type of shit like that, and their mom just like, nah, I gotta go to work. Like, like it's frustrating for a lot of kids, but it's reality. It's how the world works. It's how the world goes around, spins in circles. Your Nike track jacket or whatever the fuck that is, like, it wouldn't be made without the Chinese kids working in the labor shop. And we need children to acclimate to reality as soon as possible so that they can adapt. They can't adapt to things that they don't know are going on. Like, but I mean, hey, I mean, I don't know. I don't have a kid. I can't 100% speak accurately on this, but until I have children, I'll let y'all know.
Like, bro, I got to go. But you don't understand that because, 1, you're a kid, and 2, that's not your responsibility. You're not going to carry that burden. Okay? But at the end of the day, again, I just want to circle it to single parents, single mothers of freaking boys. Yo, how are you doing? Because when I tell you that I walked away from that gate crying because, again, I'm dysregulated, and once I'm dysregulated, like, there's no coming down until I'm.
What do you think is dysregulated? Do you think it's her, nervous system? Do you think it's her brain? What I think is it's her emotions. Her emotions are dysregulated, and so she needs to stay away from her kid because, well, I'm late for work and all that shit, and I can't just call in and tell them that, hey, I'm gonna be a little bit late. No, as a responsible parent would do, if they want to make time for their children. Clearly, she doesn't want to make time for her kids, so I mean that's fine. She wants to make more money. She wants to, bring more bread and butter for the kid. But at the end of the day, we gotta live below our means. We gotta do what is best to provide fulfillment. And yeah, I mean, let's just keep going.
Out of the environment, so. Whew, that felt good getting it off my chest, and I know somebody out there can relate.
Just had a huge, massive fight with the ex-husband because I went to the today, finally asking for an increase in child support. We have an 18 and a 21-year-old. And when we separated, he chose, this was 3 years ago, he chose to become semi-retired because we got some money from the house that we sold. That's a him choice. But I said to him at that time, I would accept $480 in child support, which sort of amounted to $600 because he was going to cover the cell phone bills. So that difference, that $120, was my portion of the cell phone bills. When we separated, the boys' bills were very low. We have since increased it, but whatever. That was almost 3 years ago.
Excuse me.
I have put his everything, his feelings, the need for not having confrontation, all of this shit ahead of me at my financial peril for the last 3 years. I have burned through, it's the only way I can put it, is over half of the money that we received to make up for my bills. Because I can't magically, I can't rent a 2-bedroom home and then magically make a 3rd bedroom appear when my son comes home from university in the summer. It's just not how bedrooms work.
Oh,
Everything
man.
about the boys is on me. You know, food and fucking underwear and socks and toothpaste. And I have the exact life that I want, and I'm not complaining. But I haven't reapproached him about child support.
Complaining is exactly what she's doing. Like, that's all she's doing is just complaining right now. So I don't know where this "I'm not complaining" comes from, but whatever.
Continues not to work. It's all these fake medical problems. And my dad has been up my ass saying, listen, those are him problems, those are not you problems. Stop putting his feelings ahead of you. You are hurting yourself to make him comfortable. And he was right. And so today I sent a very
It's almost like you should listen to your father a bit more.
I want to say calm email saying, look, here's your financial responsibility. And if we were still married, you'd be fully expected to be working full time, making at least the minimum of XYZ amount. And the fact that
What does still married have to do with being divorced? I mean, I don't think he's a...
you are not is a you choice.
Yeah,
it's not
I
a
don't
me
know.
choice. It's a you thing. So we're going to go back to the federal support guidelines, which equals this. And with this is how much you owe. He just called and lost his mind on me. Like, oh, it's your choice whether or not you have a 3-bedroom. No. That's got nothing to do with it. And you don't even have to money for Ethan, our son in university. I'm like, that's got nothing to do with it. I said, I am just going basically by the federal guidelines. Take all your feelings and thoughts out of all of this, because that's why those guidelines exist. That support list gives you make this, you pay this. You have 1 kid, you pay this. You have 2 kids, you have paid. It takes the emotions out of it. And frankly, he hasn't had any responsibilities as far as our kids go. No, they're not 3 and 6 and 7 and 5. But the reality is, he doesn't do anything with them. At the very, very most, he might have them over for dinner once every 2 months. He's once in 3 years. He's taken them all out. And by all, I mean they both have girlfriends. Once in 3 years has he taken them all out for dinner and paid for it. Once. He doesn't go up to where our son goes to school and go visit him and pay for the gas for that. Nope, doesn't do it at all. He's been once. And he's still now, oh, thanks for sending me this email right before my hernia surgery. Oh, was there a better time to send it? I'm curious. Because, 2 weeks ago it was a dental thing, before you had a lung thing, before that you had a ass thing, before that you had a colonoscopy, and like, was there a good time to send you this email? Like before or after your trip to Germany twice? Before or after you going to Mexico for 6 weeks? Before or after your cottage trips? When would you like to receive this email? I am not a crazy, horny, hungry bitch. I work hard. I have an amazing job, and I work hard at my job. So this is not about that. This is about his responsibilities. I don't keep our children away from him. No one ever. I have him over on Christmas morning because we're one family. I have him over for brunch, okay? We still celebrate holidays together because we're one family. We were just out for dinner together on Friday because we're one family. So this is not about money. He also has a son from a previous marriage from which he went through this before. And the day his son graduated high school, he tried to stop paying child support. And I looked at him and I was like, dude, you can't stop paying child support. That's your kid. He's going to university. He's like, oh, I'm not paying it. No.
And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. She just told on herself. It is finally over. We can stop watching this video. She literally just said it herself. This guy did not want to pay child support for the previous kid. Why do you think he's going to pay child support for your kid? Like, this is the mentality a lot of women employ. They employ the I can fix him mentality, and then they're like, they get the Pikachu face just because like the leopards ate their face. Like the cute little leopards they want to, pet. Like it ate their face. It's a back scratcher, by the way. But like, dude, it is dumb. It is stupid. Like, Karen, you need to reevaluate why you wanted this guy as a father in the first place. What is wrong with you? Why, like, you silly girl, like, and you decided to still have a kid with this guy after you blatantly saw him just like, nah, I'm not gonna pay child support. And you want to know why that is? You want to know why that is? The Chad effect. That's exactly what the Chad effect is. It's just, she sees that nice rockin' bod, she sees those washboard abs, she sees a beautiful smile, luscious hair, the tan skin. Anyway, this is not okay, lady, and we're gonna be leaving the video there. If you like this kind of content, make sure you subscribe. I'm gonna be doing a face reveal at 250,000 subscribers, and let me know what you guys think. This lady is absolutely incapable of taking accountability for her actions. I think, especially since the kids seem a bit older. This guy, maybe he's just an old fart like you are, lady, and he's broke his back for the past couple of years, and considering most guys do more labor jobs than women, I can assume that he might have probably done a labor job. And if he's anywhere near as close as your age, then he's probably fucked up. Anyway, have a good one, guys. Make sure you have a good rest of your day. Do not get in an entanglement with this kind of woman. Appreciate it. Peace.